Hey, everybody, this is Darren Spader again, Bay Area News Group, Mercury News, East Bay Times, here with Evan Webeck and Mike Leftcow. Evan is still in the competition, even though he's now focusing on the Warriors. Get to open up the season tomorrow, Evan. Lakers, right, or Clippers?
Lakers will be checking in from Staples Center right around 7 o'clock tomorrow, or I guess tonight. Whenever the video comes out, who knows?
LeBron, Westbrook. Yeah.
So you're flying down tomorrow morning?
Flying down in the morning, go to shoot around. Pal, putts around LA for a little bit, and we got the game that night. It's a long day, but that's the job.
There you go. Well, Evan, you're still making picks. You're still in first place, but a second consecutive so-so week by you. Although it was a so-so week by me too. Leftcow goes 9-7, so he wins the division for the week. And you and I were both 8-8, which it wasn't. We didn't get it done. Hopefully,
I think you can pretty easily pinpoint where my drop off comes in relation to where my job is.
You're not as focused. You don't have the game face anymore. You're now focused on other things. But we're glad to still have you. We'll see how this all shakes out. Leftcow's still the defending champ, and he's now only 5 games back. So he's kind of lurking back there. 5 games back. Evan, you got a 2-game lead over me. While you're away, Folsom has now lost 2 games in a row. So they are no longer the number 1 team in NorCal. They lost to De La Salle and now lost to Rockland pretty soundly over the weekend in a league game in the Sacramento area. So that kind of, as we were just discussing off air, kind of opens up the door for St. Francis and even De La Salle and Sarah to maybe sneak in to be that number 1 team in NorCal, which I don't necessarily know if that's what you want or not. If your goal is to win a state title, do you want to be Lefty? Do you want to be the number 1 team in NorCal, knowing that your fate is a game against Mater Dei or St. John Bosco or one of the other heavyweights down there?
Sadly, in this day and age, no. It's very unbalanced the way it's done. It's not a level tier, not a level playing field. The Southern California schools do things one way. The Northern California schools do things another way. No, you would rather play in a lower division and get a state championship. I mean, I don't think that's the way it should be, but until CIF finally steps in and says we're going to play by the same rules, all 10 sections, I guess this is going to be the way it is.
Right. Evan, you think the De La Salle and St. Francis and Sarah, do you think they all want to be that number 1 team and take a swing at one of the big boys?
I mean, I think that's just the mentality of any competitive athlete, right? You want to have the shot at the top dog at number 1. But I mean, from my standpoint, as an observer, as a reporter, as somebody who's competitive but not that competitive, I don't know. I think you should take some solace in like winning NorCal, those regional championships, those sectional championships. I think those hold more weight now that when you see these odd state pairings, these uneven state pairings.
And unfortunately, at the top division, there's no longer a NorCal and SoCal championship. So, if you're the number 1 team in NorCal in the eyes of CIF, you're not gonna play a NorCal regional, so you're not gonna win a NorCal championship. You're just gonna go straight into the open division state championship bowl game, which De La Salle has done for a number of years now, and has come up short in every one of those games since 2016. So the Spartans have lost 4 in a row in that top division. So,
I'd be wondering if the Southern California teams were better just because they were better. But when you have kids coming in for a semester, then transferring back to whatever school they came from, I mean, it's just not a level playing field now. Right. Unless the Northern California schools want to start doing the same thing, then okay, maybe it would be. But right now, it's not level. Right. And I don't know. CIF has got to do something about this.
Well, I mean, locally, we don't have one of those teams right now. I mean, De La Salle is still really good as we've seen, but they're not at that level, and they don't bring in players from a net as wide as some of those schools down there. But that's the way the playing field is right now. I mean, you look locally. I was thinking about this today before we came on. I mean, Bellarmine has now lost 2 games. They lost to Sacred Heart Cathedral. Sacred Heart Cathedral with 2 wins, tied for whatever place, 3rd place, I guess, at 2-2 in the WCal. But if Bellarmine loses Friday and loses to Valley and is 6-4, is Bellarmine suddenly in Division 2 in CCS instead of Division 1, which would open the door for Bellarmine to win a CCS championship and make it to a NorCal regional. What are your thoughts on that, Lefty?
Well, I was talking to one coach in the CCS last week who was looking at his schedule, and he's saying, well, if we beat this team, great. If we beat that team, great. And, the challenge and all this. But he also noted that if they lost a game here and ended up with a certain record, they would go to a lower division and have a better chance of winning a state championship. And that, to me, that, I don't know. I mean, I understand in a big state like California, you do have some of that, but this should not be that way at the top level.
Right. Well, we're a couple of weeks away from Sarah St. Francis, and to get there, these teams have St. Francis has the hurdle this weekend against Bellarmine, their arch rival, and then once they clear that, they got Midi and then the November 6th showdown. So it's right around the corner. But we can address that when we get to the Bellarmine St. Francis game later on in our picks. Let's start with our picks. Game 1 on the list, a BVAL Santa Teresa Division game, Branham against Pioneer. Pioneer is 4-0. And Branham is 3-1 in the Santa Teresa Division. Pioneer's 4-0. Cal Preps is predicting Pioneer to win 22-8. Evan, who you got?
Yeah, I like Pioneer to stay undefeated.
All right, I'm going with Pioneer as well. Lefty, who you got?
Yep, gonna go with Pioneer.
So we're going with all 3 of us. We're going Pioneer. Okay. Game 2 on the list: Gun 5-2, going up against Cupertino 6-0. This is a game with championship implications in the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League El Camino division. Cal Preps is predicting Gun to win 28-27. Lefty, who you got?
Well, I'm predicting Cupertino to win 28-27.
Evan?
Yeah, we saw Gun run the table last spring in the fall, but they took a loss last week, I think, and we'll make it 2 in a row. I'll take Cupertino.
You're taking Cupertino. All right. I am going to go with Coach Miller and Gun to pull the upset. If it is an upset, I guess Cal Prep's predicting Gun by a point. So I'm going to go with Cal Prep. I think it's going to be really close. I'm going to take Gun to win this game and to hand Cupertino its first league loss. Lefty, you know quite a bit about these next 2 teams here on our list. Antioch at 4-3, going up against Heritage, also 4-3. Antioch had won 6 in a row over Heritage until losing to them in the spring. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Heritage. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think they've been a little bit more impressive this year.
Evan?
Yeah, I like Heritage. Devin Rivers had a great game, huge game last week. I think I'll keep it going.
I'm going to go Heritage as well because they're at home. If this game were at Antioch, I'd probably go the other way. I think it's going to be really close. Cal Preps thinks it's going to be close. Cal Preps, the computer predicts Heritage to win 31-28. Game 4 of the list, Benicia 5-2, going to Acalanes 4-3. We all missed on Acalanes last week, taking the Dons over Campolindo, and Campolindo pulled off the win. A week earlier, Benicia routed Campo 35-0. Cal Preps actually thinks this game is going to be closer than I think. They have Benicia winning 38-31. I'm taking Benicia in this game. Evan, are you with me or against me?
It's pretty hard to argue against this transitive property here. I will say I was pretty surprised by that result last week with Campo and Acalanes. I like Acalanes. I want to pick them to bounce back, but I can't argue against this transitive property here.
You're gonna go Benicia. Lefty?
I'm going to go Benicia, but I agree with Cal Preps. I think it's going to be a close game.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I don't think it's going to be I think it's a 2-score game. Maybe.
Benicia's playing very well right now, and with 4 or 5 Division I kids, they're playing. I mean, they're doing a nice job.
Clayton Valley has split its first 2 East Bay Athletic League Mountain Division games. They beat San Ramon Valley last week, another game we all missed on, and lost to California in its first league game. They're going to be at home to play Amador Valley, which is 0-2 in the Mountain Division. Their record is down to 4-3. This is the first meeting between these teams in the Max Preps era. I don't know if they've played before that, but and Lefty, maybe you can tell us. I mean, are you surprised that these teams haven't played since at least 2004?
Yeah, no. I mean, they've both been around for a long time. Amador is, I mean, I remember when I was in high school, Amador had a big time, powerful football program. But I don't know why they haven't played in so long.
I'm taking Clayton in this game. I'm guessing you guys are taking the Uglies as well, or no?
Oh, yeah, I'm going Ugly.
Yeah, I think it'll be a real slugfest. The E-ball is a total toss-up beneath De La Salle. I mean, right. I was not expecting San Ramon Valley and Clayton Valley, that result last week either.
Yeah,
that's a really good league all the way through.
That is going to be, it's definitely going to be a really good league, except for De La Salle, which they played undefeated California last week, and the Spartans were shorthanded. They didn't even have their head coach on the sideline, and they still won the game 52-14. Well, California,
you look at a couple teams in that lower division, Foothill and Dublin, they're pretty good as well.
We're going to get to them here 2 games from now. We're at Game 6 on our list. California at 6-1, going up against Monte Vista 6-0. Monte Vista squeaked by Amador Valley last week, and as we just noted, California was overmatched against De La Salle. I'm taking California to hand CJ Anderson his first defeat. Evan, I know you wrote that great story on CJ and Javid Best. You think CJ is going to keep it going, or do you think this is the first loss for the Mustangs?
I do think CJ's put together a really good squad at Monte Vista, but I like Cal to bounce back after a tough loss against De La Salle.
Okay, Lefty.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the Cal bandwagon for Friday night.
So we're all 3 going Cal over Monte Vista. This next game on the list is really interesting. Foothill at 6-2 against Dublin 5-2. Dublin's 0-3 against Foothill since 2016. Foothill won 36-35, 1-point game in the spring. Cal Preps predicts Dublin to win 21-14. I'm going to take Dublin on its home field. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dublin. I think they've got a good team this year.
I wasn't expecting us to go all chalk on this one, but I'm taking Dublin too.
You're taking Dublin too. Okay. Next one on the list, Castro Valley, 4-3. They've won 4 in a row, going up against Encinal, 6-1. Encinal playing at home. Cal Preps predicts Encinal to win by 6, 34-28. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Cal Preps. I might even pick Encinal by a little wider margin than 6 points.
Evan?
Yeah, tough to pick against Encinal this season.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be crazy and go Castro Valley. So I'm going to pick against them. I think
Castro Valley played very well last week. That's for sure.
Yeah, they've won 4 in a row. They seem to have it rolling. They played a tough schedule early on. I know I picked them against Foothill, and that cost me, but I'm going to take my chances again. Next game on the list. I mean, these two teams are really close to one another. Piedmont at home against Bishop O'Dowd. Both teams having what I think they would even agree would be disappointing seasons. Bishop O'Dowd at 3-4, Piedmont at 1-5. Lefty, who you got?
Oh, I think O'Dowd wins this game comfortably. O'Dowd seems like they're starting to play fairly well.
Evan?
Yeah, I got to go with O'Dowd here.
All right, me too. So we're all gonna go O'Dowd. Now we're into the South Bay, Lincoln of San Jose, which is honest. They seem to be on their way to the playoffs, Lefty. After all these years of playing in that big bone game, Kevin Collins has them rolling. They're 5-2. They're going up against Live Oak, 5-2. It's a four-way tie right now atop the Mount Hamilton division, and Lincoln and Live Oak are two of the four teams. The others are Leland and Santa Teresa. I like Kevin Collins, the way he coaches, but I think it's going to be too tough for them on the road. I'm taking Live Oak. Who you got, Lefty?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Live Oak. I think that's a pretty good team. They lost by 1 point to Leland, but it's a good team.
Yeah, it's another really competitive league, but I'm going right down the middle with you guys. Going with Live Oak.
Live Oak. All right. We're going to go into the C division of that league. Gunderson playing against Andrew Hill. Both teams have won 4 in a row. They're both 4-0 in league. CalPreps predicts Andrew Hill to win this game by 14. I don't know if it's going to be 14, but I'm going to take Andrew Hill to win this game on its home field. Evan, you agree?
Man, every time I look at a scoreboard, I feel like I've seen Andrew Hill win a game. Apparently, I'm not looking for Gunderson enough. They got the same record. But with that intuition, let me go Hill.
You're going to go Hill. Lefty?
Yeah, I'm going to tick off my next door neighbor and pick Hill. She went to Gunderson.
There you go. Look at that. Now we're into the SCVAL De Anza division, where Milpitas is going to be at home. Milpitas coming off a win over Santa Clara. They're at home to play Homestead. Homestead's 4-3. Homestead beat Mountain View last week, 49-45. Milpitas in the Max Preps era is 13-1 against Homestead. CalPreps is predicting Homestead to win this game by 23 points. Lefty, you gonna go for taking Homestead?
I'm gonna take Homestead. I talked to the Homestead coach last week for the first time. Nice guy.
You know where he played college football?
Yeah, I know. He played at Bama, and I was tempted to say something about it, but I didn't.
Yes. He played in a bowl game against Tom Brady.
Oh, did he?
Against Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think they're going to win on Friday.
Evan?
Yeah. I think it's pretty safe to say this Milpitas team isn't the same as those previous 14 teams in the Max Preps era.
Yeah.
We're all going Homestead. All right. Believe it or not, this next matchup, Palo Alto at 3-4 against Mountain View 5-3. Pally is 13-1 against Mountain View in the Max Preps era. Mountain View won in the spring, 38-21. Evan, you going Mountain View or Pally?
Yeah, let's go against that 13-1 record again. Give me Mountain View. I really like the squad Chili Smith's got.
Okay. Lefty?
I thought this was the toughest game of the week to pick. I mean, I went back and forth on this one for a while, but I'm going to go with Mountain View.
Wow. Oh, man. This was a tough one. And you know what? This is the first time all season that I have not made my picks. I did all the homework, but I didn't circle any games. So I'm doing it on the fly here. I'm going to take Mountain View. Palo Alto's coming off a 49-0 loss to Los Gatos. So I don't know what they came out of that game bruised and beaten, or, who's available. they already have low numbers. I mean, how many people are available for Pally against Mountain View? So we're all taking Mountain View. 2 games left on the list. Reardon against Sacred Heart Cathedral. Sacred Heart started 0-5, as we noted in Monday Morning Lights today, but has since come back to beat St. Ignatius and Bellarmine. Reardon's 4-3, coming off a loss to St. Francis. Also lost to Bellarmine. So I'm taking Sacred Heart to win its 3rd game in a row. Evan, you agree?
Yeah, give me Sacred Heart Cathedral here.
Lefty?
I guess we're all on the same page again. Sacred Heart Cathedral.
All right. Last game on the list, the Holy War at San Jose City College. Bellarmine, 5-2, coming off a stunning loss to Sacred Heart Cathedral, playing against St. Francis, 6-0. St. Francis has won the past 5 in this series. Bellarmine had won a number of games before that in a row and is 12-6 against the Lancers in the Max Preps era. Cal Preps is predicting St. Francis to win 38-22. Bellarmine scored only 13 points last week. I don't know what the state of their offense is at this point. I know St. Francis has a really good defense. I'm not sure Bellarmine can get to 22 against St. Francis. I'm taking the Lancers. Evan, who you got?
Yeah, it's a pretty tough test for anyone going up against St. Francis this season. Give me the Lancers.
Yeah, I got to agree. St. Francis. I think Bellarmine might give them a little bit of a challenge for a half, but that's St.
They're both going to be fired up. Bellarmine's going to be really fired up. I mean, they played them competitively in the spring at the end of the spring season. I imagine they're going to play them tough, like you said, Lefty, for a little while. But like against Sarah, St. Francis is very, very physical, very, very big, and very athletic. That's a bad combination for teams that don't have quite the size when you're going up against a St. Francis or a Sarah. It can get they can get going downhill real quick. So I think Bellarmine's still heading in the right direction, but this is going to be a really, really tough game for the Bells. I will be there to see it, though. So if they do pull off the upset and the win, you'll get to read about it in the Mercury News, mercurynews.com, eastbaytimes.com. Be sure to sign up for a digital subscription. I'm not sure how much it is. I think we had a deal recently. Wish I knew the price. I think it was a pretty good deal.
Less than it's worth.
Isn't it $4 something a month? It's
affordable.
Not bad.
It's affordable. So be sure to get a digital subscription. You guys have anything else to add before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do. I just want to extend my condolences to Heritage coach Dave Fogelstrom. His father, Larry, died on Saturday. I knew his father very well. He was a terrific coach at Clayton Valley and Los Medanos. He's best known for building a softball dynasty at Clayton Valley right after Title IX started. Nice guy, and just wanted to extend my sympathies.
Definitely condolences to Coach and everybody at the Heritage program. I do want to, on a lighter note, give a shout out to Steve Pappin, who emailed or texted you and me, Lefty, against Leland, because we picked Leland to win that game. And I told him that we would give him a shout out if they won, and they won. So here's Pappin's shout out. What do you want to say about that, Lefty?
Well, I mean, he was very happy. That was a nice victory for him. He called it.
Very nice victory. He definitely called it. So, and they're in a 4-way tie for first place with 3 weeks to go. So we'll see.
I think they have Silver Creek this week, don't they?
Yep. We'll see how it all unfolds. Again, check us out, mercurynews.com, eastbaytimes.com, and come back and watch our predictions next week.